श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम ओम मुनित्रयं नमस्कृत्य तदुक्तिः परिभाव्य च वैयाकरणसिद्धान्त कौमुदीयं विरच्यते अ इ उन् ऋल ऋक् ए ओङ् ऐ औच् हाय वरट् ळन् ञमङणनं झभै घ ढ धश् जबगडदश् ख फ छ ठ थ चटतौ कपै श ष सर् हल् इति माहेश्वराणि सूत्राणि. Okay, so we were here in the टीका. ननु अ इति सूत्रस्य कृत्स्नामष्टाध्यायं प्रति असिद्धत्वे किं प्रमाणमित्यत आह. The अ sutra is completely irrelevant for the whole of Ashtadhyayi. What is the proof? What is the validity for that? He says tatha cha sutramiti cho hi arthe. What does cha means? Tatha cha sutram. Tatha, similarly, sutram. There is a sutra. Cha. The cha he is added. This is not an ornamental usage. Cha is in the meaning of he. He generally, understand, he is used generally in the meaning of definitely. Okay. Cha and is used in the meaning of definitely. Cha is and is used in the meaning of he, which is definitely. Okay, got it? Wait, you didn't get it. Wait. What does he say? Cha cho hi arthe tatha antena prakarena bodhakam sutram asti iti hi artha. Iti hi artha ityartha. He iti hi ityartha. He means, what does he means? Tatha antena prakarena. In this way, the antena prakarena, in this way, but it concludes in this way, there is a to teach that bodhakam sutram, to give you the knowledge of that, there is a sutra. That is the meaning of he. Cha is in the meaning of he is in the meaning of, there is a sutra which ends in this way, which gives you the knowledge of this idea which you asked, the doubt you asked. Okay. What is the sutra? Purvatrasiddham. 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 Purvatra asiddham. Normally, when we teach Purvatrasiddham in Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi, Nadiloga, etc., we break it into two parts. We say Purvatrasiddham. Purvatra Saptamyastra, but still we, like earlier in the previous sutra we saw, and is Lupta Sashtika and Lupta Sashtika, therefore it's Avyaya. But here, pra is completely Avyaya. Purvatra. Asiddham. Asiddham is Prathamanta. Okay, so the general meaning is whatever said earlier is for whatever said earlier is asiddha. This is asiddha. This is a non-existent. What is the meaning of Purvatra Siddha? For whatever that is said earlier, this is a non-existent. Okay, did you get it? No. I'll give you an example. So, for the is non-existent from the viewpoint of whatever was said earlier. Okay, that is the general idea. But this Purvatra Siddha is doubled sutra. Like in Halantyam, we say Halcha, Halicha, iti Halantyam. Similarly, here also Purvatra Siddham. How? What does that mean? Purvatra Siddham. What does that mean? He says Panini Pranita Ashtadhyay. Now he begins it from the very beginning, like they say. I'll begin from the very beginning. Panini has written this text called Ashtadhyay. Oh, again, we already know this. Yes, again, wait. Panini has written this text called Ashtadhyay, a text which has 8 chapters. Okay, Yes, I know this. Yes, wait, you know that. Wait. Then he says, Tatra Ashtamadhyaye Dvitiya Padasya Idam Adimam Sutram. In that 8 chapters, in the 8th chapter, second pada, this is the first sutra. 8 to 1. That is the sutra number. You know this. Okay, wait. Itah praktanam kritstam sutrajalam sapada sattadhyayiti vyavahriyate. Before this means before 8 to 1, all the sutras from 1 till 8 to 1 before, meaning 8 1, the last sutra of that chapter, till all that, the whole group 7 and a quarter. The 7 and a quarter is referred to in Sanskrit as Sapada Saptadhyayi. Sapada, Padena Sahiti Sapada, that which is endowed with a Pada. Pada means a quarter. Okay, Saptadhyayi, 7 chapters. 7 chapters, it is endowed with a quarter of the 8th chapter, of course, is Sapada Saptadhyayi. So we refer to the previous sutras as Sapada Saptadhyayi. Okay. Now here, next he says Sapada Saptadhyayi. Uparitanam tu Kritstam. See, all the sutras before this is Sapada Saptadhyayi. Uparitanam Kritstam Sutra Jalam. From the 7 to 1, whatever is said behind this, later to this, is referred to as a Tripadi. Is referred to as Tripadi. That is how we transact. 7 to 1 to till the 8 to 1 till 8-4, the last sutra, which is 8-4-68. All that is a Tripadi, 3 quarters. Whatever is before these 3 quarters is a 7 and a quarter. Okay, 7 and a quarter. Now, एवं सति त्रिपाद्यामपि पूर्वं ततश्च ततः तत्र यदि इदं सूत्रं स्वतंत्र विधिस्य, if this is an independent vidhi means Porvatrasiddham. Whatever is said earlier is a asiddha. Whatever said earlier is asiddha. It is an independent vidhi. It is an independent injection without saying that it is referring to a group of a set of rules. It is an independent rule. If you accept that, then what happens is tada, then itah purvaspin shastre pavartamane uparitanam shastram asiddham syaditi artho labhyate. Itah purvasmin shastre pavartamane, when the shastra means the Vyakarana Shastra, meaning the Sanskrit grammar, which were said before this, before 8 to 1, when they are functioning, when they are applied, then Uparitanam Shastram, with reference to them, the Uparitana Shastra, these Shastra which falls in this Tripadi, in the bracket of Tripadi, in the 3 quarters, will become asiddha, non-existent. Iti artho labhyate. This is what the meaning you will have. Meaning, if it is an independent sutra, then if it is independent injunction, then you will have the meaning of the sutra is for the 7 and quarter, the 3 padas, the tripadis, the 3 quarters will be non-existent. Tatascha sapar saptadhyayam prati tripadya siddha iti paryavaset. Evam sati, if this is so, tripadyam purvam shastram prati param shastram asiddham iti artho na labhyate. The other meaning that even among the tripadi, even among the 3 quarters, for the previous, for the former, the next, the later sutra is non-existent. This idea will not be gained. You get it? For the former, the later sutra is non-existent. Okay? Okay, fine. Tatha sati. Now, if this is so, kimu uktam itti kim buktam ityatra kimu plus uktam becomes kim buktam. Kimu plus buktam. Kim buktam. Iko enachi ukara becomes bakara kim buktam. Okay. Kim buktam ityatra monuswara iti shastram traipadikam prati maya uyova ova iti vatva shastram traipadikam na siddham syadityatah. This monuswara is 8 to 23 or 8-3-23 and maya uyo vova is 8-3-33 or 8-2-33, whichever. Does not really matter. So from the viewpoint of monuswara 8 to 23, the maya uyo vova 8 to 33 is non-existent. So what? The shastram syadityatah. For that reason, he says adhikaro ayam. This is adhikara. Now understand. What does adhikara means? It declares from here, this is the continuity, this is the idea which is going to be represented starting here. Adhikara means not a power. Adhikara generally means power. Here adhikara does not mean power. It says from here, this is the general idea for the later sutras. Okay, fine. And another thing, the later sutra is non-existent from the viewpoint of the previous sutra. It is not redundant. It is not useless. Remember that. The later sutra is not useless, but it is a non-existent from the viewpoint of the previous sutra. Why do you have to say that? See, even here, 8-2-23, 8-3-33. 8-3-33 does not exist for 8-2-23. But 8-2-23 does not exist for 8-1-23. Or it exists for 8-3-33. You see, 8-2-23 does not exist for 8-1-23. It exists for 8-2-33. Or 8-3-33, does not really matter. Okay. Now, if you understand it to be completely useless, then the final sutra is completely useless. Whatever it says is not going to be visible for any of the sutras before. Do you understand? The final sutra 8-4-68. So this sutra is completely useless. Why? Because it is not going to be visible from the viewpoint of any of the sutras. So why do you add a useless sutra in the list of sutras? You should have to ask this question. So what will you do? You will throw it out. Then you are using the same logic as Russia. Meaning you want to attack Ukraine, saying that it is going to enter NATO. Now, if you attack Ukraine and you also assimilate it into Russia, what happens? Your border state will be NATO. What will you do? So that is not a logic. Do you understand? Similarly, here, if you say the final sutra is a non-existent for the other sutra, so this sutra is useless, throw it out. Okay, I threw the 8-4-68 because you said. Your logic is right. 8-3, 8-4-68 is useless, I threw it out. Now, what remains is 8-4-67. Again, the same logic. 8-4-67 is useless from the viewpoint of all the other sutras. I throw it out. In this way, I will be throwing right from 8 to 1 to all the other sutras. Why to have all these sutras if they are useless? So you have to understand, they are not useless. They are not redundant completely. They are non-existent from the viewpoint of the previous sutra, but not from the later sutra. Okay? See. Adhikaro ayam. That is why he said Adhikaro ayam. This is Adhikara Sutra. Mula. Come to the Mula. Adhikaro ayam. Tena Saparasaptadhyayam Prati Tripadya Siddhaha. Tripadyamavi Puram Prati Param Shastram Asiddham. This is what we have heard in Laghu Siddhanta Adilokeshtra. For the 7 and quarter, the 3 quarters are non-existent. Even among the 3 quarter, for the previous, the later is non-existent. Okay, that is the idea. Now, Bahya Prayatnascha, we'll come to that. Adhikaro ayam. What is Adhikara? Now he says, Adhikaraha. Adhikriyate uparitana sutra jala sheshatvena pathyate iti adhikaraha. What is adhikaraha? Adhikriyate. From here it is starting. It is beginning. Uparitana sutra shesha rupena pathyate. Meaning uparitana sutra, the later sutra, shesha rupena, as its complement, pathyate, it is read. Meaning it is read as a continuity, as a complement in the following sutras. That is what is Adhikara. That is what is Adhikara. Now, let us understand. Karmani Ghai. Karmani, in this sense, we brought in Ghai Pratyaya, and therefore Ghaya Jayantaha Pumsi iti Pumsam. This, based on this Ghaya Jayantaha Pumsi, this gets a masculine gender. And Ayamiti Tat Apekshya Pumsi. Now, Adhikaro Ayam. Adhikaram Idam it should be. Because it is Ghai, I am bringing Pullinga. Because I have brought in Pullinga for masculine gender for Adhikara Shabda, I have to refer to this in masculine also. Ayam. This is the beauty of Sanskrit. Any word, there is a masculine, there is a feminine, there is a neutral gender. For any, not for any word, for any object, it can be referred to in masculine or feminine. This is a problem with other languages. In other languages, you cannot refer something, and that is the problem with. Recently, there was a big deal. They wanted to change the grammar, the usage. They want to introduce a new pronoun for he and she, something in between, a neuter gender. And the highly liberal French government the French people were against it. See the comedy. See, we don't have this problem because our language, Sanskrit, has a very useful word for that. If you want to use masculine, use masculine. If you want to use feminine, you can use feminine. If you want to use neuter, you can use neuter gender also. There's no confusion here. Okay. Now, coming to this, Pullinga Nirdeshaha Idam Sutram Uparitana Sutreshu Anuvrityartham Eva. This sutra is for being carried forward to the other sutra. This sutra is said to be carried forward in the other sutras. Natu Swatantra Vidhiriti, and it is not an independent injunction. This sutra is not an independent injunction, it is Adhikara. Adhikara means it is used to be carried forward to the other sutras. The idea should be carried forward to the other sutras. What does that really mean? It really means Maya Uyova iti sutre Porvatrasiddham iti anuvartate. Now, with reference to the Maya Uyova. In this Maya Uyova, you carry forward this Porvatrasiddham Sutram. So what happens? This is what happens. Satascha. Therefore, Mayaha Parasya Uyaha Bo Vasyat. Mayaha Parasya. Following the May, the we may have Bo Ba Vikalpa. Okay. May have Vakara. Okay. That is what the sutra says. But Idam Shastram, this rule, Porvatrasiddham, is a Porvatrasiddham, is not visible from the sense of from the perception of the previous sutras. So that Purvatrasiddham is carried forward to this sutra. Okay? Iti sampadyate. Tatra ekavakyam sampadyate. This is a synchronized word. The syntax gates synchronized. Tatra cha anuvritta purva shabdena itah praktanam tripadistam sapadasabdadhyayistam cha kristam sutrajalam vivakshitamiti monuswarit. Tatra cha anuvritta purva shabdena Purvatrasiddham, 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 like that, you do anuvritti of this Purvatra. Therefore, what you gain is itaf praktanam tripadistam. Itaf praktanam, whatever is before this, in the tripadi, whatever is before this, maya uyom va, which is 8 to 33, before this, whatever it is, from 8 to 1 to this sutra, whatever is said for those sutras, and not just sapada saptadhyayam praticha, also for the 7 1/4. Simply put, whatever is said before this, whatever is said before this, whether it is in Tripadi or it is in sapada saptadhyay, does not really matter. Kritstam sutrajalam vivakshitam. All that group of sutras are referred here with Purvatrasiddham. Therefore, monuswara iti traipadikam shastram prati mayam yovava iti shastram asiddham nirbhada nityaha. Therefore, from the viewpoint of monuswara, this maya kuyo vova is a completely non-existent. It is not a trouble here because you have Purvatrasiddha to it complements the idea of maya uyova to establish this idea that it is non-existent from the viewpoint of monuswara. Because monuswara is 8 to 23. Maya uyova is 8 to 33 or 8 3 33 and 8 3 23. That's not really matter. Okay? Iti. Tena iti. Because of this, what do you get? Adhikaratvena ityartha. Tena means tena. In the Mula he says, Tena sapadasaptadhyayam. Tena means adhikaratvena. Since it is adhikara, because it is accepted as adhikara and not a swatantra sutra, swatantra vidhi, adhikara vidhi and not a swatantra vidhi, independent vidhi. Therefore, param shastram asiddham. The param shastram is asiddham. Asiddham means asiddhattam cha na atyanta asattam. Asiddham means it's not completely non-existent. Absolute non-existent is not a eternal non-existence, or absolute non-existence is what not referred to as asiddha. Then what? Kintu purva shastra drishtya iti anupadami yuktam. Only from the viewpoint of the previous shastra, not from the later shastra. Therefore, there is no problem here. Param shastram. And we said this earlier also. Asiddhatvam here, na vastavatva sattvam. In Shastra Drishtya, there we refer to the same thing. Asiddha, when we say, it is not completely non-existent. It is only from this vision of the Shastra, it has a superimposed non-existence. Similarly here also. Okay? Kintu param shastram iti anena prakriya kaumudyadi granthoktam karya siddhatvam apramanikam dhvanitam. Param shastram, with the idea param shastram idam, param shastram asiddham syad, param shastram, with this word prakriya kaumudyadi granthoktam, in the text called prakriya kaumudi etc., whatever was said, karya siddhatvam, the effect does not take place, is negated here. It becomes non-valid, invalid here. It is established to be invalid, non-valid here. There is no valid proof for that idea. That is established. Iti dvanitam. Karya siddhattam purvapakshitva shastra siddhattasya eva atra sutre asiddhattatra bhatiti sutre cha bhashye siddhanti tattva. Because karya siddhattam is accepted to be opponent's view. Karya siddhattam means the effect does not take place. And the Siddhanti standpoint, the grammarian standpoint is not Karya Siddhatvam. The effect does not take place. But Shastra Siddhatvam. From the viewpoint of the Shastra, it is non-existent. Iti Asiddhattamatra. In the Sutra, Asiddhattamatra. And in this very Sutra, in the Bhashya, this is made very clear. It is not Karya Siddhatva, it is a Shastra Siddhatva. Karya Siddhatva, the effect is non-existent. Shastra Siddhatva, from the viewpoint of Shastra, it is non-existent. They are both different. Okay? Now, Shastra Siddhattam, Shastra Siddhatta, Karya Siddhatta yoho, Phala Bhedastu, Shabdendu. Okay. The effect is non-existent. And in the Shastra, it is non-existent. What is the difference actually? What is the difference between Karya Siddhatva and Shastra Siddhatva? Okay, if you want to understand this, what is Karya Siddhatva and Shastra Siddhatva, go and read Shabdendu Shekhara. What? Go and read Shabdendu Shekhara. What is this? I came here to understand grammar, and you are asking me to study more grammar text. There are people who are studying this for the sake of ticking the box. Meaning they just wanted to get rid of this worm which is there in their head. I have to study this Siddhanta Kaumudi. I didn't study Siddhanta Kaumudi. I didn't study. Okay. Siddhanta Kaumudi over. And some people are interested to know what is said in Siddhanta Kaumudi. There are very less number of people who want to really learn Siddhanta Kaumudi, wherever it is, whether in this class or in any other class. So, for them, he says, they have come with a great difficulty to listen to the Siddhanta Kaumudi. Now you say, go and study Shabdendu Shekhara. This is a never-ending process. I don't want to study Sanskrit. Wait, don't rush off. He says, iti asminscha in this text, swadi sandho manoratha ityatra, in the swadi sandhi with respect to the word manoratha, and moola vyakhyana avasare, in that place when we are going to comment on the moola, on the primary text, the Siddhanta Kaumudi, halanta shabdadhikare cha adash shabda prakriya vyakhyana avasare, and during the commentary in the halanta adas shabda, adas sakaranta adas shabda. So in the sakaranta shabda adas, then we are going to comment upon that shabda. We are going to explain that prapanchaishyate. We are going to explain it. So don't worry. If you don't find the text in Shabdendu Shekhara, you don't have to rush. We are going to explain it there in two places, so you can understand it there. Tad evam iti samvriti vidhe. So what did we understand from all this discussion? This is what the idea is. Iti samvrita vidhe swapraktanim krishnam ashtadhyayam prasi asiddhatvat. The samvara prayoga is completely useless, redundant with reference to the complete of Ashtadhyayi. Therefore, prakriya dashayam avarnasya rasvasya vivrittam eva. During the application of sutras, during the functioning of sutras, the avarna is rasva is only vivara, not samvara. Okay. Parinishthita dashayam eva, in the rest of the periods, meaning the usage period, samvritatvam iti stham, it is a samvara that is established. So during the time of application of sutra, it is vivara, and in all the other places it is samvara. Yadyapi parinishthita dashayam samvrita vidhihi kochit api asmin shastre na upayujyate. But even though this, in rest of the places, the Samvrita Vidhi is not going to be useful. The Samvrita Vidhi, this sutra is not going to be applied in any place. Still, no pijate, still, parinishthite Samvrita Vidhi balat samvrtatvena jnane satyeva prayogarhatam iti kalpyam. We have to imagine an idea that only when you have the idea that it is samvara during the other periods other than the application of the sutras, you will be able to do this transaction of in samvara. You will be able to do the transaction of this idea should be superimposed. You understand? Other than the period of application of sutras, is samvara. During the application of sutras, is accepted to be vivara. This idea you have to imagine. Vivritta samvrtayoho ucharana bhedah va kalpyah ityartha iti alam bhavana. Or we have to imagine the difference between vivara and samvara during the application period. This is enough. This is more than needed for understanding the vivara and samvara. Therefore, I am going to end. That is what he said. Alam bahuna. More than enough. We have said enough. Okay. Acha bahya prayatna prapancheti. Now he says bahya prayatnastu ekadashadha iti. Bahya prayatnastu ekadashadha. The external effort, bahya prayatna. There is internal effort and to external effort. Tulya asya prayatna. Asya from the throat, Adam's apple till the lip is asya. Prayatna pra shabda balat. Because of the pra shabda upasarga, we said it is internal effort. Okay, internal effort from the navel area till the Adam's apple area. Okay, this is established. Now he says bahya prayatnastu ekadashadha. The external effort prayatna is 11 types. External prayatna is of 11 types. External prayatna is of 11 types. Why am I repeating again and again? Okay. Tulyasa prayatna, what did it say? Tulya asya prayatna. Asya means external. Prayatna means internal. And what does he say? Bahya prayatna, external prayatna. Prayatna means because pra is said it should be internal, but he says prayatna. Okay. Now, and we'll see that the meaning for that. Vivaraha, samvaraha, the 11 types. Vivaraha, samvaraha, shwasaha, nadaha, goshaha, agoshaha, alpa prana, mahaprana, udata, anudata, swaritascheti. These are the 11 types. We know udata, anudata, swarita. Okay. We know alpa prana, mahaprana, using less energy, using more energy. Pa, bha, ba, bha. Ba is alpa prana, bha is mahaprana. Pa is alpa prana, bha is mahaprana. Okay. So we know udata, anudata, swarita and alpa prana, mahaprana. This vivada, samvara, nada, swasha, gosha, etc. we don't know. Okay. Now, pra shabdo atra chintya. This pra usage, he should have said bahya yatnaha. Instead of saying bahya yatna, he says bahya prayatna. And pra means, we already said it is meaning internal effort. So you have to think about the usage of pra here. Pra shabda balena abhyantara balasyeva prayatna shabda vachyadayaha tulya sutre uttatva. Because in the tulya sutra they have already established pra, because of usage of pra it is talking about the internal effort. Therefore yayaha dvidha iti uktat upakramacha. And yayaha dvidha, yay is 2 types. In this way we have begun there. Avikshitartho va atra prashabdah. Or you can say there is no real meaning, importance to the pra word. The pra upasarga does not have any importance. It's just used, that's all. That way also you can understand. Udata, anudata, swarita, shabdaha were dharma paraha. We have already seen udata, anudata, swarita are the dharma, the characteristics of the varnas. Okay. Kasya ko bhashya yatnaha iti akankshyam. Okay. What kind of effort, external effort, do you put for which word? We have enumerated 11 types, but which should be used where? When this is the doubt, tad vyavastham shlokadvayena sangrinat. He is establishing the order where which should be used in two shlokas. Shloka, come to the moola. Khayam yamaha khayak khafau visarga sharah evacha ete shwasanu pradana aghoshascha vivrinvate kantamanye tu ghoshaha syu samvrita nadabhaginah ayugma varma ekmayamagaha yanaschalpa asavah smritaha yanascha alpa asavah smritaha asu prane. That is the root word asu prane. When you say asava, it means prana. Alpa asava means alpa prana. Okay. Now, from the first khayam yamaha. In the khai, yamaha and the yama. Yama means what does yama mean? Yam. Khai means kapha chatata, chatatau, kapai. Okay. Khai means we know. The first and second in the group of characters. Yama means yam, haya, haya, varat, ya, varat, lan, nyamangananam. Very good. Yama means ya to nyamangananam. Right? No. Yamaha. It is not Yamaha. It is Yamaha. Yamaha is a paribhashika. And it's an epistemological term for the grammar. Yama is not yam pratyahara. Yama is it's a word. It's a proper usage, proper word here, epistemological term here. Okay, we'll understand what yama is later. Khaya kafau visargaha. Khayah kafau. Kafau, that is kafau. Okay, visargaha. Shara evacha. Visarga shara. Shashasar. Okay. No, evacha yete shwasa anupradanaha. They follow the important shwasa. They follow the shwasa. Okay, anupradana, giving it importance. Aghoshascha vivnumrate. And vibara and aghosha. Shwasa, vibara, aghosha. Okay, kantham, kantham. Anyetu ghoshaha. The other is ghosha. Okay, shivu. Samvrita nada bhagina and samvara and nada. Samvara nada bhagi means it is associated with the nada. Nada is one among the 11 types. Okay, so nada bhagina. Ayugmaha varna yamagaha. In the varna yamaga, it is ayugma. Ayugma means non-associated. Yugma means to be associated. Ayugma means separated, non-associated. We'll come to that later. Now here. Kasya khayamiti yama shabdo vyakshyasyate. What is yama? He is defining what yama means. But before coming here, in the moola, he is explaining the meaning. Varne shwadhyana in the moola. Siddhanta Kaumudi. Varne shwadhyanam chaturnam panchame pare madhye yamo nama purva sadrusho varnaha pratishakhe prasiddhaha. This yama is a epistemological term which is famous in the pratishakya. Okay, the Vedic grammar. What does yama mean? Varneshu adhyanam chaturnam. The first 4 varnas. Kha, kha, ga, ga. Ka, kha, ga, gha, nga. In that, the first ka, kha, ga, ga, cha, cha, ja, ja. Ta, tha, da, dha, ta, tha, da, dha, pa, pha, ba, bha. In these 4, pare, panchame pare. When it is followed by nyamanganana. Okay? When it is followed by the nasalized kavarga, then madhye yamo nama. In between there is a usage called yama, which is purva varna sadusha, which is similar to the previous character. Which is similar to the previous character, which should be pronounced. This is said in the Pratishakya. Like a palikkanau, kakka. There is kakar, 2 kakaras. Similar to the previous kakara, there is another kakara. Okay. Now, next is a chak natuhu, kakha. There is two kakaras. Okay. And agnihi, two gakaras. Gakara becomes gakara. Agnihi, like that it becomes. Okay. Then Ghnanti, Ghagha. Similar. Ghakara, Nakara. So what that is similar to the previous Gakara is a Gh. So iti kramena, ityatra kramena cover Kakha Ga Ghebhyah Pare Tat Sadrusho Yeva Yamaha. Following the Kakha Gagha, there is a similar Kakha Gagha which are referred to as Yama when followed by Nang, etc. The nasalized. Okay, now we know what Yama is. Yama means the first four characters, when followed by the fifth character, there is a similar usage which is introduced, which is similar to the previous character. The first four. Okay, non-nasalized. Tatra varnanam prathama dvitiyaha khayah. Khay means the first two in the group of words. K, k, k. Then cha, cha. How do you know this? Because khay means kafa, cha, ta, tha, cha, ta, tau, ka, pai. So the first two characters in the group kunchum tu, tupu is khay. Tatha tesham eva yama. The yama for that, when ka or ka is followed by na, when cha or cha is followed by nya, etc., that is what is referred to as yama here. Juhva muliyo vadmaniyo. And jihva muliya and upadmaniya. The ka, fa, that is called as jihva mula and upadmaniya respectively. If I am going not, he is going to explain it in the mula. If I am not going to explain it even here, because we already encountered jihva muliya upadmaniya earlier. If I am not explaining here, what is this? It is not explained anywhere. So jihva muliya is a upadmaniya is a before the fakara, the pakara, fakara, the fa group, you use f. Namah Shivaya, like that. Namah Parvati, Namah Parvati Pataye, Namaskara, Namaskara, like that. Okay. Now, Visarga, we know the two dots. Sha, sha, sa, chaiti, sha, shar. Shar means sha, sha, sa. Chaiti, yetesham, vicha, vivaraha, shwasaha, aghoshascha. All these are pronounced as shwasa, aghosha, and vivara. Okay. Anyesham tu, the rest of them, samvara, nada, goshascha. Samvara, nada, and gosha. Okay. The rest, the third and fourth, etc. Okay. Now, tika. Yama shabdo vyakyasyati. श्वासः अनुप्रदानं येषां ते श्वासानुप्रदाः श्वासाख्य बाह्य यत्न बाह्य प्रयत्नवन्तः. Shwasanupadana means that which gives importance to the shwasa, the external effort, is what is said here. Okay. Vivrunvate kantamiti. Vivaraha. Vivrunvate means vivaraha. Esham yatna iti bhava. Vivara is the effort here. Samvrataha samvarakya prayatnavantaha. Samvrataha means that is which where the samvara usage is done. Nada bhaginaha nadakya prayatnavantaha. Nada bhagi means where the nada effort is done. Ayugmaha varna yagmagaha iti. Ayugma, we already said. Yugma means associate. Ayugma means non-associate. Varna yamagaha, the yamaga, etc. They are ayugma. We will see what this is. Okay. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.